Let me tell you a story then.
All right, go on.
Well, I'll start off with
My ears are listening.
my experience
Yep.
at my very first Austrian wedding.
Oh, okay. Perfect.
Now, I was not only a guest at this wedding, but I was like one of the groomsmen. Is that the right word? Groomsmen? The best men, not best men, but...
The groomsman, yeah?
Right,
Yep.
the groomsman, okay.
Yep.
So the guy that is sort of in the group of the guy that's getting married.
Yeah, you're up there.
That's a simple way to say it. Okay,
Yep.
sweet. Because this wedding was my girlfriend's sister and brother-in-law.
Yep.
So it was a big one for the family, from his family and whatnot. And yeah, it was absolutely incredible. I fell in love with Austria a little bit more after I went to this wedding. I was terrified for it naturally because I think there was like 200 people there, and it was a huge thing. And not only was everyone sort of Austrian and they just all spoke dialect all the time, but yeah, I had to. I was the outsider. I was a New Zealand boy, and the guy that runs the wedding got up at the start, and he was like, yeah, we got a guy from New Zealand here. He didn't point at me, but everyone looked over there. Yeah, and I was wearing like a beige suit, so I was kind of outstanding.
Was everyone else like in Lederhosen
actually
and Dirndl?
Nah, it was really formal. Everyone was wearing like brown. I mean, sort of dark colors though. So okay. I was a bit popping with the. You were
standing out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Everyone turned around, looked at me, and as soon as he said, there's a New Zealand boy in the Brautigung, or the best man, or the groomsman, or whatever. And then I was like, oh, well, here we go. And that was halfway through the day. But one experience that I had, which was kind of hilarious. And then because they know that I'm a foreigner and that I'm like a different person, it always like takes a next level up. As soon as you get a few more beers or wines or whatever in you, everyone gets more confident and they start,
let's go interact with
let's go talk with this guy. Yeah, he's a new guy. So I went to the bathroom one time, and this was quite early. It was just sort of midday. I went for a pee, and I was at the urinal, just peeing, and then I just hear this like, du kommst aus Neuseeland, oder? This guy's just like, you're from New Zealand, in German, and I was like, here we go. So I was peeing, literally peeing next to someone, and then this guy's like trying to talk to me about New Zealand. So he's testing my German, and it's in the bathroom, and I was like, all right, well, I had a bit of a chat with him, and then turns out he spoke decent English, but it was just ridiculous that like you don't go to a wedding and just sort of be questioned in the bathroom about where you're from and what it's like. He was like, yeah, how is it in New Zealand? What's the difference between the this and that? And I was just like, mate, I'm just trying to take a piss, mate.
I'm just trying to go to the toilet over here. And then you end up that awkward, because if they're still talking to you and you're finished and you're like, oh, I've got to go wash my hands, and then you sort of like stand there, but you don't want to look at him, but you're just like rude not to, and you're like, do I wash my hands? Do I leave? Or is he going to go out there and be like, oh, this bloke in the toilet?
Nah,
he just didn't even talk to me. Didn't even look me in the eyes. Like, mate, that's because you had your dick in your hand.
Yeah. It actually went quite well. No, I finished way before him, and I went wash my hands, and then we sort of stood and chatted awkwardly in like just in the space there, and then I was like, yep, nice to speak to you. Have a good afternoon or have a good day.
I'll catch you in another hour.
Yeah. I'll see you on the dance floor, mate.
I'll see you on the dance floor, shaking it down.
But so that was earlier on. But mate, do you know what they do? I think it's called Brautstellen or Brautstellen.
I don't know.
Which is in English, it's like stealing the bride.
Okay.
So what they do is at some point during the wedding, a bunch of the guys come in and they pick up the bride.
Yeah.
And they take her somewhere. They steal her and they take her to some sort of pub or bar or sort of a venue that they'd pre-organized, and that's when the real party happens. Like, it's pretty crazy. So the job of the groom is to find her, and he has to go on this sort of weird venture to find her. And so whilst he's trying to find her, the bride is at the venue and it's absolutely, there's like tables, long tables, and at this one there was like, I think there was like 100 people there, and my job as the
geez, that would have been pretty easy to find then. 100 people.
Yeah, it was
straight there?
It was just down the road.
Oh, that's all right.
And actually, yeah, I don't know what took him so long. I think he just sort of had to do all these tasks. And he showed up with like an umbrella, and he was wearing like weird. He was wearing like an apron, and it just looked like he went on a bit of an adventure.
Yeah.
But mate, my job was to fill the wine glasses. They just drink wine there. It's like a wine place.
Yeah.
So we had just bottles and bottles of wine, and my job was just to walk around and fill everyone's glass up. And I was given the orders to fill the glass up until the top, until it's about to overflow. And even if they say don't fill it up, you do it anyway. So you got a glass, you fill it up. And if they like try and put their hand over it, you say, or you just pour it over the hand, or you whatever.
Give it.
And I was so awkward about it because I was thinking, hold on, I don't even know any of these people. Plus, they know I'm not from here.
You're just here trying to get them drunk.
Yeah, and I'm walking around with these bottles of wine, thinking like, excuse me, can I please pour? And everyone else is like, don't, mate, I told you specifically, don't do that. You just pour it straight in. And so I felt a bit, I asked this one guy, I was like, hey, mate, I didn't say, hey, mate, obviously, but I was like,
G'day, kumpel.
Max, do you want more wine? And he's like, he looks at me and he's just gives me this sort of, why are you asking? Like, hold on.
Are you dumb?
And so he looks at me and he's just like, yeah.
What's wrong with you?
What's wrong with you?
That's
why
a
are you asking?
Question.
Yeah. And, mate. And then they just, it's just sing. I was happy that I was the guy walking around pouring wine because I didn't know a single song they were singing. They were chanting away.
They love them, eh?
Just these sort of drinking songs. But it was absolutely a sight to see, let me tell you. I have a video. Maybe I'll try to find it and chuck it online maybe. But it was absolutely astonishing. Much, much different from the New Zealand weddings. Mm-hmm. Much more intense.
Yep.
Much more free. Dude by the end of the night was passed out. Like he fell off his chair and was just sleeping on the floor. And I'm thinking like, hold on. Yeah. That's a wedding in Austria, isn't it? That's
going for it. Yeah. That is full send mode.
Yeah, and then they're like, oh, just one? What?
Just one? What? Huh?
I was expecting half the...
I think I was expecting half the people here.
Yeah.
No, they do get amongst it, though.
They do.
Like their drinking.
Yeah, it was pretty cheap wine, though.
Oh, well, doesn't matter.
Well, that was a big moment for my 2020.